Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. In this video, we're going to talk about the protests by the Christian Association of Nigeria and the Catholic bishops of Nigeria over the closure of schools in parts of northern Nigeria in celebration or in marking the month of Ramadan. Schools in some northern states have been closed for 5 weeks as a result of the Ramadan fasting, and some Christian organizations are protesting that blanket closure, given the fact that the closure of schools was not restricted to public schools in parts of northern Nigeria, but also included private schools, including schools that were owned by the church. And as many people know, many church organizations or denominations, they operate schools from kindergarten to secondary school to university. But in this case, we're talking about primary and secondary schools in northern Nigeria, in parts of northern Nigeria, because I know it's not the whole of the northern Nigeria states that have closed their schools as a result of the Ramadan, but many of them did that, which is why it is now subject of discussion in the country. Now, what is my take on this? My take on this is that this is what Christians will get for their complacency in a lot of things happening in the country. Why did I say this? There are things that Christians have been taking up in Nigeria for a very long time, even though Nigeria is a secular state, that Muslims will not take. For instance, you know that one of the things that Babangida was known for was that he was the one that registered Nigeria as a member of the Organization of Islamic Countries, or OIC. Now, by that registration of Nigeria as a member of OIC, or Organization of Islamic Countries, and successfully so, without the Christians literally doing nothing about it or stopping it, but have come to live with it. Nigeria is technically an Islamic country by the virtue of being a member of OIC. So that is one of the things that also give the Muslims the impetus to also feel that they are the majority religious group in Nigeria. So they always feel that it is their right to project their religion if Christians don't want to project their own. So my own is serve Christians right, because they ought to have known that you cannot stand for nothing and expect something in return. Like, for example, look at the Muslim ticket. The Muslim ticket, you know, the reason why it was able to fly was because the Muslims took the Christians for granted. Even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took Christians for granted. But he had cheerleaders among the Christians who were cheering him on. Yes. Look, let me tell you something. As far back as 2014, 2015, when the APC was formed and Muhammadu Buhari was chosen to be the presidential candidate, even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, insensitive to the feeling of Christians, wanted to be the vice president to Muhammadu Buhari. He wanted to be vice. He knew that they will have substantial number of Christians, and some people say Christians are the majority in Nigeria. Some say it's the Muslims that are in the majority, depending on who is talking. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu wanted to be vice president to, you can go and Google it, to Buhari. Buhari himself protested that he cannot run on a Muslim ticket. Osibanjo therefore became a compromise candidate. Why did Bola Ahmed Tinubu even want to run on Muslim ticket in 2014, 2015 with Buhari? It is see finish of Christians. That's what it is. And he exhibited it when he now got the ticket of a party in 2015 and ran on a Muslim ticket. Do you think that in this Nigeria that anybody can run on Christian ticket in Nigeria and the Muslims will take it? The Muslim not. They will not take it. They will not take it. So all this lamentation by Christian leaders, to me, it's hogwash. They ought to have seen it coming, and more is coming. To be frank, more is coming. More is coming. Listening to the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria, recently they protested. They lamented that the Muslim ticket is not serving them well. They issued a statement during a pre-Ramadan program. They said the Muslim ticket, Muslims are not getting what they are due. In fact, they said that Muslims are politically marginalized. This is a government in which the president is a Muslim, the vice president is a Muslim, the deputy Senate president is a Muslim, the speaker is a Muslim. The majority of the people in the National Assembly are Muslims. Yet, the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria say that Muslims are politically marginalized. And if you read the statement that he issued, they talk about that the Muslims, despite that they have the numbers, they are being marginalized. They also talk about Sharia legal system in Southwest. They say that the Muslims in the Southwest are being marginalized. And the reason why they are saying that was that they believe that Sharia legal system ought to be implemented in the Southwest, because they also believe that Muslims have the numbers in Southwest that they deserve to have the Sharia legal system. Eventually they are going to have it. It's only a matter of time. So these are indicators that they see themselves as living in a Muslim majority country. And if they are living in a Muslim majority country, they have to show their power, that they are in charge. They can take Nigeria to go as a organization of Islamic country, and Christians will take it. They can run a Muslim ticket, Christians will take it. The Muslim ticket of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima will not be the last in Nigeria. It's going to be a pattern that you're going to see for a very long time. What they will do in future is that if any time power is going to come to the South, they will look for somebody of the personality of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a Muslim, and ensure that a Muslim from South becomes the president. That is the pattern they want, and they are likely to continue on that if the Christians continue to be sleeping the way they are sleeping. What I'm saying is, the same way that Muslims like to have their rights enforced at any time, Christians also have a right to also ensure that their rights are also respected, that the rights of the Christian, of the Muslims. That's all I'm saying. But this lamentation of Christians because the Muslim governors close schools for Ramadan, there are much more lamentation, and the government will not do anything about it. Already, despite all the complaint, the presidency have not said anything, and they are not likely to say anything. After all, that is a state affair. States can decide to close their school as they wish. But the challenge is that the private schools are affected. Some of those private schools are run by the churches, in which there may not even be a Muslim among the students and the teachers in that school, but they have to close and bear the financial losses as a result of this Ramadan closure. But make no mistake about it, what this has shown is again showing clearly that Muslims in Nigeria, especially in the north, feel that this country is theirs and that they are the majority and that they are going to have their rights carried on without anybody stopping them, because that's apparently what it means. They don't believe that anybody can stop them, and nobody will stop them. Christians will only grumble. After grumbling, the 4 weeks will come and pass, and everything will return to normalcy. That's how the pitiable position the Christians have put themselves. During the last election, there are so many Christians, even from the north, who despite the Muslim ticket, were seen openly campaigning for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. So it's not surprising what you get now, and more will come. And I keep saying it, they believe that they are the majority in Nigeria. You can argue with yourself if you're a Christian that you are the majority, but in their thinking, they are the majority. And they have been successfully carrying out things to show that indeed they are the majority. And when you look at what is going on in the country, you will think that they are the majority, unless you do a census. And in the coming census, I learned that they are also banned that you can't ask about religion and ethnicity. This is just to make sure that nobody can actually say the figure, so that nobody will know the true figure of ethnicity and religious groups in Nigeria. Because we like this kind of opacity of not knowing. We like it when the data is not known to anybody. We can always be guessing, estimating the population. So it's good for them. It's working for them, and it's okay. But we have to realize that Nigeria is a secular state. But if Nigeria is a secular state, and Nigeria is a country that believes in federal character and diversity, Muslim ticket wouldn't have flied in Nigeria, but he had flied right from Abiola time. Even the Abiola's election, even though it was a Muslim ticket, are we not celebrating it now as the best thing to happen to Nigeria since sliced bread? Now Tinubu is doing his own. After him, more will come. But you are not likely to see a Christian ticket. That's for sure. Because Christians themselves have shown that they don't have the capacity to be able to assert their own numbers in the affairs of Nigeria. I don't know what you think about this, but whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. What is your view about Muslim governors in parts of northern Nigeria closing down schools for 5 weeks as a result of the Ramadan fast? Even as many people have pointed out, that even in other Muslim majority countries, schools are still ongoing, activities are still ongoing in primary and secondary schools. But in Nigeria, some governors in northern Nigeria have decided that the best option is to close down all the schools, including the schools owned by Christians or by churches. What do you think? Let's hear from you in the comment section. is whatever you think about this, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.